As you can see, we've been busy hatching chicks on the farm, and we've been doing it with our new incubator. There's the name, Sailnovo56. We'll hold 56 eggs. I'm going to explain everything there is to it. It does everything automatically. It's so nice compared to the old incubator we had. So when you get the incubator, you'll have to put some things together on it. This little tube right here, which is for your humidity, you'll have to thread it through here and attach it. You'll see how it goes. And it gives you this bottle that they want you to put water in. Well, it's got the same size here as a half-liter bottle or a 2-liter bottle of pop. And I just thought it'd be cool to put a hole in it, put a hole in the cap, put 2 holes actually, one for the hose and then one so it can vent. So that way if it got knocked over, you might not lose all the contents or make a mess. So what I do is fill it, and it just sits here on the side of the incubator. And the thing works like an IV pump. And it'll just slowly just drip water in there. It maintains the humidity for you automatically. Temperature done automatically. During your lockdown period and the final days before hatching, it automatically increases the humidity levels for you, and it stops the egg turner for you automatically. And it has these vents in the top. I leave them open once everything's adjusted and working properly. I will open those vents up and leave them open so it gets plenty of air circulation in there. And it also has these little doors down here, which I never had to use. Just open them up like that, and you can put water in there into the bottom of it for extra humidity, but I never had to. It always had plenty of humidity just from the bottle over here. Let me show you how we set it up. I've got some eggs I'm going to put in here, and it'll also give you this little squirt bottle, and you fill it with distilled water. And like on day 18, when you're getting ready to lock down, you can spritz your eggs with the moisture. The incubator actually wants you to do it day 18, 19, and 20, but I didn't want to open the lid. Once I locked it down on day 18, I left it like that. So anyway, top comes off, and it gives you these dividers. And this thing is for, you can do quail eggs. It gives you enough. This is not all the dividers I got. I've got more. I set it up for chicken eggs. And it's got the little slots. They're adjustable. You can do quail eggs, duck eggs, whatnot. Yeah, for chicken eggs, one of these little slots is a little higher than all the others, and that's how you know you have it for the chicken egg. And how this works, it just slides the eggs. You load the eggs in, just glides along this. It has a piece in the lid that fits in here, and it just scrolls back and forth like that at 2-hour intervals, and it rolls the egg. Now I'm going to get the eggs and put them in there. All right, so what I do, I've washed my eggs, had the temperature between 110 and 120 degrees. Used a sponge and wiped, the dirty eggs, washed the chicken poo off of them, and did not soak them, just used warm water. And then now I take an egg. If you got some hydrogen peroxide in this bowl, and I just roll the egg around in there, making sure it gets covered. And then I'll just set it in the incubator. I have some distilled water. I'm placing the lid on. This is what turns the eggs. So you have to get this pin in this slot over here. Plug it in. All right, now I need to reset this. Now it's on day 1, and in 120 minutes or 2 hours, 59.5 degrees right now. That's warming up. Let me show you how this works. And what that does, it pulls water up out of that bottle, and it'll just put 1 drop of water down in there ever so often, and it'll keep the humidity at the correct, I think it'll be at 50 or 55 degrees percent, I mean. We'll let it run for a little while, and it has a lid that I like to use because it's cold. We'll come back to it and see what's going on. One thing I wanted to show you was, you can see this air bubble right there. You push this down, it makes the pump turn, and you can see the air bubble moving, maybe. There it goes. There you go, you can see the air bubble moving. Pump's turning. You just want to make sure you get that primed, and it's easier if you, when you're holding the button down and doing it, if you have this elevated above the pump, like so. It seems to work easier priming it. Day 10. I'm going to candle the eggs, and we're going to see which ones are viable and which ones aren't. I'm going to use this device to check my eggs. I'm going to turn out the lights. You can see that one moving around. See it? That one's not developing. That one looks good. That one looks good too. Look at this one, you can see it. You see it swimming around. Here. I got 5 eggs that I know are not developing. There may have been 3 or 4 there that was kind of suspect, but I'm gonna give them a chance and we'll see what happens. So here we are, day 20. It's already turned the egg turner off. It raised the temperature, the humidity up to 71%. Temperature always is constant, 100.3. That's what was recommended. We will check back day 21. Let's see what we got. Day 21. They've got quite a few chicks in there. Get the brooder set up. Have a light for heat, an incandescent bulb puts off heat. And at the thermometer I put in there. Let me know what the temperature is. If it gets too hot for them, I can crack the lid. And if it gets too hot for them, they can come through this hole over into this area. And that's where I put their food and water. I set their water on top of this pot. Scratching, they can't get shavings on it. Got their water, a little food. We've got 30 so far. Put a lid on them. And there, nice little toasty, about 99 degrees. So out of the 56 eggs, we had 42 that were viable, and we hatched 30 chicks out of those 42, which was over 70%. And I wasn't even getting 40% with the old incubator. We had 4 chicks that peeped that didn't make it out. They got shrink wrapped, and we would usually have way more than that with the other incubator. No matter what you put the humidity on, you know, we would run it up to 80, 85%. It didn't matter. They would still shrink wrap. So we're real happy with this incubator, the way it worked.